Yeah, welcome. Are we live now? Are we live? Yes, we're live. Welcome, everybody. This is the Mexican Soccer Podcast. I'm your host, Hugo Bernal. We got episode 211. So many numbers now that I'm just getting back to it. So I'm your host, Hugo Bernal. You can follow me on Hugo Deportes, Hugo Deporte in Twitter. And today we're joined by el buen, today we're joined by los mundialistas, un servidor, Samara Pérez, que estuvo en Qatar, Fernando García, que estuvo en Qatar, y ya, un colado, ¿no? El super mojado. Ese güey se mete a todos lados. De seguro se fue. I'm pretty sure he went as a mojado hasta Qatar, ¿no? Welcome, mi super mojado. Welcome, everybody, guys.
Y sigo aquí, mira, en el ultramundo, todavía.
Brother, tú no sales ni a la esquina, por lo que me doy cuenta, ¿eh? So, 211 episodes. This is our new schedule. Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. What is it? 6 o'clock Pacific. Para toda la banda en el West Side. A las 6 de la tarde. So, welcome. Let's talk about World Cup. Because it's still fresh or not anymore?
Oh, that happened already?
Yeah, it did.
Somebody forgot to tell me that the World Cup happened? Oh, shit.
Samara has to pay off the credit card, so she's selling her ticket stubs.
I do.
She used it. Yeah, I saw that on Instagram. She's selling. If anybody wants to buy ticket stubs from past games from the World Cup, yeah, go to Samara's website. She's selling them.
Yeah, there's people who collect them. So I'm doing great. Excited to be back here. Excited to be back from the World Cup and having experienced that. Super. You missed out, man. What happened? Te quedaste en el underworld.
Lo que pasa es
Agarró
que
la migra.
O sea, que ni supo qué pasó.
Tú sabes que yo soy the behind the scenes. I was making sure that, everything was running smooth. Ahí fui con Telemundo.
Sí.
Oh, perdón, perdón.
Good stuff.
Se lo tenía muy escondido.
El buen Fernando García también fue a Qatar. How was it, Fernando? Whole experience. Talk to us.
It was my first time at a World Cup. So it was definitely something that I recommend doing for anybody who loves soccer. Regardless of what happened with Mexico, the whole experience, getting to see a whole new culture was amazing. So
hold on, you still have a few tears on. Hold on, Fernando. I can see the tears. Your eyes are still red.
Ya habló el francés aquí, el francés.
Creo que todos lloramos. We all cried.
Ganamos contra Arabia Saudita, me dio esperanza, so I think that's enough.
¿Esperanza de qué, mi chavo?
De pasar a la siguiente ronda, so I think that was what I was looking for.
Overall
great game with hope. It was
overall
a good game.
Feeling before we get into Mexico, of course, because that's going to be who we talk about the most. First of all, I want to see. I just wanted to remind everybody, because I didn't invite everybody to follow us on social media. Aquí está el Tri Online, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, anywhere you can find us, and even the social media that doesn't even exist, we're there. So follow us en el Tri Online. Ahí a veces el super mojado sale haciendo sus bailes de TikTok. But anyways, yeah. So overall feeling, and before we get to Mexico in the World Cup, were you guys happy about Argentina winning the whole thing?
No. Definitely.
How about
you,
Samara?
I was happy, but mostly because of Messi, right? It was the only thing that he was missing, so he could be considered one of the best in the world, or the best in the world. So in my eyes, I am content with Argentina winning. But I don't know, Fernando, why are you not?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Aparte,
espérate. Ya nos va a decir que es 25% Argentina.
No.
Es que se me hace que traía la playera de Argentina abajo de la de México.
Sí,
la de México
I read so many reactions. But one of them was about this Argentinian actor who lives in Mexico City, and he was watching the final at a restaurant. I don't even know his name. I don't even remember. But he got really upset because a lot of people in the restaurant were supporting France. But he got truly upset. He made he uploaded a video, and he was commenting that he didn't know that so many French people lived in Mexico, and they were Mexican people. Of course, he was just mocking them. But so I don't get it. Like, people get upset because you don't support their team. So there were two teams in that final. You support one of them, and you pick one, and that's it. You go for it. So I don't see why people get upset when you support either Argentina or France in this case. But yeah, I was supporting France, by the way.
I think my stance was more because of Messi than Argentina.
Nah, he could have stayed without that.
Well, even I don't know, Messi kind of like I used to see him differently, and I don't know, como que se está volviendo un poquito más arrogante, más I don't know. I see him a little different. Like, his reactions, even when he was getting upset at I think it was at the coach. Was that Netherlands coach that he was getting upset?
Yeah. Hold on one second. I'll be right back, guys. You guys keep going.
At the coach from Holanda.
Yes, Netherlands. Yes.
Yeah, we did definitely see a different Messi, more kind of like staying, like marcando su. Personality, a little bit more, maybe like cocky, but like more like not letting anybody like step over him or stomp over him. But you're right, super. What about you, Fernando? You're not supporting Argentina?
I mean, obviously Messi's a great player, and it was nice, I guess, to see him win the World Cup. But it just seemed like this was, to me, it was his worst World Cup that I've ever seen him play. I was excited to see him play against Mexico. He was walking half of the time. He didn't seem like he was giving it his all. He just scored one golazo, and that's about it. Then you have him being like, como dijo, super arrogante, something that I respected Messi for not being like that. Throughout his whole career, I was like, I like this guy because he's different. And now, not only that, but he scored penales throughout the whole tournament that some of them were probably not even penales, without those penales, he wouldn't have made it that far. So I don't feel like he deserved this World Cup.
I still like the theory that they say that, listen, with Messi's contract to go to PSG, there was a little clause that said Qatar will buy me the World Cup.
Of course. Why would he go to France instead of the Premier League, the best league in the world? That's still something I don't understand.
But anyway, so that's enough about
behind that. About Messi.
See, that's a little bit of the problem there, but I don't think there was anything at the end. Nobody's gonna talk about that. I think even it happened even worse. Not back in 1978 when they won their first World Cup, and especially in a game against Peru. But nobody talks about it anymore. They just have another star, and that's it. They just celebrate. So in a few years, nobody's gonna remember if there was so much controversy or not.
And I think that's what bugs me the most.
Argentinians will remind you of that. That's the thing. They will, for the next 30 years, until they win another.
Oh, they'll remind you about the championship, exactly. But nobody's gonna remind you about the controversy of them winning the championship.
Yeah, and that is exactly why it bugs me, because no one's gonna remember how sketchy.
Yeah, how many penalties?
Except the French guys. Except the French guys and the petition that is going around.
Nobody cares about. They can talk about it for a couple of years, but eventually, it's more important the championship at the end of the day.
But you know what? Messi's gonna know that he didn't deserve that World Cup, and he'll take that to the grave. He'll take that to the grave.
Something that hopefully we keep on reminding everybody: Messi wasn't the best player in this World Cup, for sure.
He was not.
If somebody mentions that he was, that's a mistake. And I don't doubt his quality, and I truly think he's one of the best players in history. But in this World Cup, he was not the best player, and I don't think he was even the second best player.
That's something that I mentioned while you were going, Hugo, that this was not his best World Cup. He has had other World Cups where he played way better and that he deserved it. But on this one,
I don't know about that he played better, but at least on this one, he was a little bit more, the pressure was out of him. So they took away the pressure, so that's why it worked better for him. But anyways, that's Argentina. They won the World Cup. As we see, Ingle Roots is telling us Messi needed that attitude to win. I don't think. Well, it did change a little bit, but it was more the team that they took out the pressure. They didn't give him the ball all the time. They didn't rely on Messi all the time as they did before, or when Argentina didn't succeed. So that's when Messi shines the most, as he did on Barcelona, as he does on Paris Saint-Germain as well, because there's other players that can do stuff with the ball, and they just do not rely everything on Messi. But anyways, let's wrap up Messi and Argentina. Congratulations. If we got any Argentinian fans or citizens connected in this chat, please comment and leave us your thoughts. We have one that is French right here, el Super Mojado. Es un mojado de Francia a Estados Unidos. ¿De dónde eres? ¿De Bordeaux?
Soy de
Super
Paris.
Oh, mira, está bueno. Anyways, so let's talk about Mexico, because they don't have a coach right now.
No coach is better than having a Tata Martino.
Fernando's happy.
I am really happy.
So let's keep the coach aside for a little bit. Let's go with players. Memo Ochoa. What do you guys think about Memo Ochoa?
What do you mean? What do we think?
His decision to leave.
What did you think about? I don't know. What did you think?
Or in the World Cup performance.
In the World Cup, of course. In the World Cup.
Okay.
Oh, it was
so, in my opinion, the performance of Ochoa, he always shines in World Cups, and this was no different than 2018, 2014. So Ochoa does what he does. He grows bigger. He gives his all during the World Cups to represent Mexico. So his performance was great to me. So no tengo nada que pedirle a Ochoa en este mundial.
Do you think we're going to see him in under the goal by 2026?
I hope not.
It's possible.
Most likely.
I wouldn't oppose to him going as a third goalie to kind of like give experience to the new
Jorge
one.
Campos in '98, something like that.
Then who would be the
wasn't
first
that
goalie?
veterano, Jorge Campos.
Acevedo.
I mean, we still have 3.5 years. No, we have 3.5 years.
I had so much hope for Jurado, but it seems like he's falling off. But like Hugo said, there's 3 years left where another goalie can come out and end up being the starter.
I hope that our biggest concern should be, let's get everybody let's get the league quality up, and when the time comes to get people, let's get the best players at that time, and that's how it should be. And Argentina demonstrated that. They brought Julián Álvarez, que era un chamaco que estaba en buen momento, pudiendo haber llevado a ¿quién no llevaron? Bueno, por ejemplo, Benzema se bajó de Francia, que está en un gran momento también. But anyways, so the players who are en el mejor momento son los que tienen que ir. But anyways, tú dices, Fernando, con Ochoa, any complaints about Ochoa or no?
No. I had my doubts. I wasn't convinced, with the whole situation of him going now that he's older. The quality aspect of it, I didn't question it. I knew he was going to do great like he always does because he's still a good goalie. But I did want to have somebody else to get experience. But in regards to how he played, he did a great job. And, he goes to Europe now for the second time, and he's doing good. So the quality's there.
Mm-hmm. The quality's there. Absolutely. Super, anything you have to say about el exportero Águila?
No, well, he did what he had to do. The problem is that when we talk about the goalie, that's a problem, si tu portero is your superstar of the World Cup, every World Cup, there's something wrong there, and we're talking about a veterano that he wants to continue playing, perhaps like Conejo Pérez hasta que tenía 41 años, but I don't know. I just think that he kind of like took the spotlight de todo lo malo que está en la selección, ¿me entiendes? Everything else is bad.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was very clear what was wrong with the selección.
That los directivos No, but that's something that los directivos want to hope to happen every World Cup. Like, oh yeah, we have a terrible team and a terrible coach. Ochoa shines. Oh yeah, everybody on Ochoa, and let's just keep everybody happy with Ochoa. And yeah, there was nothing. I don't think there was hope. Truly, I didn't think there was hope for la selección. Even if they would have made it to the next round, I don't think they had the team to do anything else besides octavos de final, and they didn't even make it. But okay,
the thing is they had the team. They have the team. They just didn't have a coach to know how to lead it.
They didn't.
Because the players are there.
They didn't have it. No, they didn't have it at Qatar. No te lo tenían en Qatar. Eso sí te lo digo.
I think they could have gone further.
No.
Than they did, and I think they could have made it to
Francia. ¿Para jugar contra Francia? No, y yo sé, me hubiera encantado que jugaran contra Francia. Pero no les alcanzó porque no tenían el equipo. They didn't have... ¿Qué delantero? Henry Martin, que es el que mejor jugó como delantero, en mi opinión, ¿jugó cuánto tiempo?
¿Y qué es una estrella fugaz?
No, está bien. Lo que digo de estrellas fugaces, si era tu mejor delantero del momento, lo pones. Creo que hubiera sido mejor si hubiéramos tenido a Henry Martin, a Santi Jiménez. ¿Qué otro delantero estaba en buen momento en aquel entonces?
That's it.
No, o sea, Raúl Jiménez a mí.
What I'm trying to tell you is that if Mexico would have played against Poland the way they did against Saudi Arabia, they would have won that game. And maybe por diferencia de goles, they would have ended on top of Argentina because they had already lost the first game. And there was big possibilities of playing. Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if they would have played the whole Mundial how they played against Arabia Saudita, they would have gone further. And that's why I'm telling you, they had the team. They could have. You said it yourself. They could have. Yes, of course they could have, because they had the team. They just didn't have a good coach with a good mentality to use the team to its fullest capacity.
There were some key players. Yes, there were some key players missing though, and I think that would have made a difference in Mexico's advancing to the next round, and that would have been having Chicharito, Santi Jimenez, and Diego Lainez. I think they would have made a huge difference, and that was definitely a mistake from Tata Martino. So we didn't have all the players, or the quality or the mentality wasn't there from the beginning, and ever since Tata was there. So
even with the players that were there, Orbelín Pineda didn't play until the last game. Edson didn't play against Argentina. We're talking that he did have the team. He just didn't have the brain.
But don't forget that.
Well, even worse, because you're even mentioning it right now. It's even worse because some of the key players that could have been key, they weren't even at the World Cup.
So second
of all, players that were obvious to be playing, they weren't even playing, and he decided to go with Kevin Alvarez. No, Kevin Alvarez tuvo buen juego.
So we had the team. You agree with me? They had the team.
Okay, that we had the team, but the players themselves said that they didn't understand what Tata's.
Yeah, what Tata wanted.
I'll tell you, Tata Martino did what he had to do in the World Cup. He did what he had to do. Let's not forget, he received the medal, the Champions.
Yeah, of course.
Fue a entregarle el partido a Argentina para que pasaran fácil. Cumplió su
for the first time, I'm agreeing with you, Super. You're right.
Mira que hasta recibió medalla de campeón. He has that gold medal.
No. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about Andrés Guardado? Do you think it was fair that he was there?
Who?
Andrés Guardado.
No, he shouldn't have been there.
No.
Eso fue it was the worst. I think that probably was una de las cosas más tristes que vi. Que lo ponen a jugar 5 minutos para que cumpla que cumpla su objetivo de tener 5 mundiales. That was
jugó 40 minutos y jugó bien. Y
el
primer partido lo jugó entero, ¿no? ¿O no?
No jugó. He only played against Argentina.
Yeah, it's just that was I don't know. It was just
play the veterano against Saudi Arabia, an easier team. Don't play him against Argentina.
Fernando, I got to tell you something, because you said if they would have played like they did against Saudi Arabia, for some reason you're saying that that. Play the same way you play against Saudi Arabia, and in front of the other two teams that you wanted to the national team to play like that, it was Argentina and Poland. Oh yeah, they should have done the same thing. Don't you think they were playing against that way against Saudi Arabia because they were allowed to do that? Argentina didn't let them play like that.
So you're saying that Poland was not a weaker team than Mexico?
No. It was they had to beat him, and even Argentina. That was the most. First of all, the most important game was against Poland, and they let it go. The second most important game, because you had the chance to just put that dagger in Argentina, and they let it go as well. They should have just died. 11 players on the field, they should have just died.
But as somebody who's realistic, the game against Argentina was already lost.
Wait a minute. Who's realistic in this?
Me. What are you talking about? I'm talking about me.
The game against Argentina. You live in a fairy tale, Fernando. What are you talking about?
The game against Argentina there was like 1% possibility that Mexico was gonna win it.
If you can put it
because of the Poland game.
You can put it in a budget.
They lost.
You put it in a budget, and it was a lost game. But if you get to that game and knowing that if you beat them, Argentina is out, you die fighting on that game. And you don't lose that game. Even against Messi, you freaking Edson Alvarez wouldn't allow you to do whatever Héctor Herrera.
Super said it himself. This way. The Super said it himself. El Tata Martino didn't allow the players to perform well.
That's tough. That's questionable because Tata Martino wasn't even on the field.
But obviously, like if you put Ochoa as delantero, like he's not gonna perform well. So if you don't put
first half, I think they did it well against Argentina.
They did it well.
They
were holding,
they came out
on a very fine line.
Yeah, exactly.
They were holding what?
They were holding on to dear life to not get
scored on. But they did it for half a game. So think about it. You're reducing your chances of losing by half because you play two halves. You don't get scored on the first one. You did a good job. Second half, they should have come out better, and that's where Tata Martino failed mostly. And that's being a little bit mediocre because they should have attacked since minute one.
A little bit.
Tried to do jugarle al 2-por-2, but they didn't. But I was actually Mexico was the only team that held Argentina for that long in the entire World Cup, even the final against France. So
it was more because of Argentina, not because of Mexico. They were nervous.
No. Believe me, they were getting frustrated.
Who cares?
And the more time would go.
Who cares? That doesn't give you.
You're telling me who cares when you were saying, if they would have had the right, if they would have done this or that.
Who allowed
what they would have?
No, who cares if they did more without getting scored on by Argentina? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Saudi Arabia didn't last that long without getting scored on, but they won the game.
And listen, and since we're continue talking about mediocre players, who allowed Messi to score that first goal?
Héctor Herrera.
Exactly. That dude shouldn't even been on the pitch.
Part of it. Anyways, let's move on a little bit about World Cup. Super. ¿Te van a deportar pronto? Or are you gonna be on 2026 in the US, or what's your status?
I mean, no, ya voy en camello. Ya, I'm coming back.
¿De regreso o qué?
De regreso, ya.
El güey va a llegar a Qatar en el 2026 y no era aquí. Como yo en Travolta, se va a quedar así. Volteando.
Come on, stupid.
Samara, what do you know about tickets for 2026? I know you were a ticket maniac for Qatar.
So they have just opened like interest of like fans can register, send their email, and I think it's for people to get information more than anything. There's no news on tickets yet, but they just want to see around how many people are interested, right? They're trying to get the people hyped, and they were like, okay, the ticket stuff is open, but it wasn't tickets. It was just for people to register for like the newsletter. So no info on tickets yet, but it's 3.5 years from now. I'm honestly excited for that, for it to be here in the US. Ahí ya vamos a ver if we're going to be able to go to Mexico, Canada, and cover it again with ETO. Pero super ponte las pilas, que aquí ya it's going to be here in the US, and we have to be there.
No, pues es
que everything points to be the most expensive World Cup in the, from a fan perspective, I'm saying.
Right. Yes. Because, the traveling more than anything, how it's going to be so spread apart.
And the tickets. Everybody, think about it. It's going to be how many hundreds of millions of people, just from people who live there. It's 320 in the US, I think, and 150 in Mexico. So we're talking about 480 million people trying to get a ticket for the World Cup. It's going to be
more games.
So I'm not too sure how they did in the prior World Cups, but in this World Cup there was like a package deal. You could buy a package from Qatar Airways, and then everything pretty much was there. So I'm hoping there's something like that in the next World Cup, para facilitarle la vida a todos, ¿no?
It depends who you're following.
To travel from where to where? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Como el paquete Volaris?
Wherever,
wherever you're following.
Yeah.
There's a package it's called Follow My Team. Yes. Yeah. But the thing is, for that one, you have to pay the regular 3 games or 4 games, because we don't know yet what they're gonna do with that. 3 games, I believe it's gonna be. Oh no, because there's a chance that it could be 2 games only. Teams groups of 3.
No, they were going back to 4 groups of 4, I believe.
They're announcing that next year. I just read that about that. So they don't know the format yet. They're announcing it this year, I guess, at some point. But so you buy if you buy the package to Follow My Team, you buy the package all the way to the final. You have to pay for it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the way I did it was through Qatar Airways, and I just followed the team through the group stage. That's it.
Yeah, there's different options. You could follow them through the group stage, and then you could go to 4 games if they advance. And then if they do advance to 4 games, you do have to purchase all the way into the final. So those were the options for this World Cup. Next World Cup's probably going to be more games because of the new format. But we've also heard that there's a possibility that there will be 3 inaugurations. So that's going to be
one in each country.
Interesting. Yeah. But the question out here is going to be at the same time or the same day?
I don't think at the same time.
Broadcasting.
No, they're going to try to spread out the whole thing. Yeah. My question is it going to last 1 month only, or is it going to be longer? 2?
That's another good question.
The final, do we know where the final is going to be?
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm hoping it's at the SoFi, because I'll have it in my
backyard. In the United States.
It is.
It is in the United States. It has to be in the. No. It has to. I think it's gonna. Nobody's gonna take away the final from Mr. Jerry Jones.
No, especially because of the amount of venues that there are, and I mean, there's a lot of stadiums. I mean, I don't think any of them compared to the Azteca. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been to the Azteca or the one in Monterrey, el de los Rayados. But
well, let me tell you, I went to the SoFi for Bad Bunny, and it was a great stadium.
How about the Mercedes-Benz?
No, but I mean,
have you been to that one?
It's going to be Dallas. Jerry Jones is too powerful.
I heard Dallas is putting a strong bid as well, that they want to be the host for the final.
I heard Azteca is going to be 1 semifinal, but it's only rumors, really. There's nothing official.
There's no official news yet.
So I wanted to invite everybody. We have our World Cup 2026 insider. Samara Perez. Keep us updated. Follow us on social media and follow her as well, because she can get all the info as soon as she can get it. You even saw the World Cup when in Houston, right? When the city got elected.
Yes, I was there whenever they announced it, and the people that were in charge of that, the committee, they were all excited. But a big question that comes to mind whenever we're talking about Houston is the transportation aspect, because traffic right now is very bad. A lot of people have moved here. So I don't know what they're going to do about that. But I have here Houston and then Dallas. So I'm praying for a final here in Dallas. So para que me salga más barato.
All right.
Que le hablen a López Obrador ahí para que haga el Tren Maya version of.
Es el ETO Politics right now. ETO Podcast Politics. Brought to you by el Super Mojado.
El sistema de metro en Qatar está casi igualito que el de México. Entonces,
sí, una réplica.
No hay problema.
En Le México, copiaron a México,
está listo. Todo
a mí me pareció de lujo
sí,
ese metro, la verdad. Fue una de las cosas
que
los
más vagones de lujo era primera clase.
Sí. Fue
Aquí yo sigo en Qatar, by the way.
Of the World Cup, in my opinion.
¿De metro?
Metro diesel.
How about organization-wise? What do you think of the organization and the facilities and everything? What do you guys think?
Well, the organization wasn't that great over there. De repente se juntaba mucha gente en un lugar. I don't think they expected that many people, even though obviously like it was obvious. When it comes to organizing big events, I think the US is the place to be. But I mean, the facilities over there were state of the art. You know, there was so much space. I mean, the fan fest was really big. There was a big space for everybody. So when it comes to facilities, Qatar was great.
Yeah, I think the only lack of it was. Oh, I'm sorry. Very what?
Very luxurious city with a lot of they prepared well during those 10 years. But to me, one of the not so great things I would say in my personal experience was the accommodation in the fan villages for the price point and what they offered. Honestly, I gave it like a 3 stars because I was kind of disappointed.
Like a 6?
No, it was like a it was like a trailer home, but not so much like a trailer home. I could describe it like whenever you go into the airplane restroom, like that, like small and the humid and
like pods.
Not good quality. Yeah, a pod, but for the price, honestly, they could have done something better for that village. I don't know about the other ones. You guys, I think, stayed at like nice hotels. How was your experience regarding that with your accommodation, Fernando?
I mean, my hotel was great. It was actually right next to the metro. So whenever I needed to go to a game, I would just walk 5 minutes to the metro and boom, it was super fast. I was close to the Souk Waqif, which was the market that everybody was at. I was 5 minutes walking distance, so I think the location was great, and it was a nice hotel. It had a pool, it had a gym, although I didn't use the gym, but it was great.
What about you, Hugo?
Great, no, it was great. I mean, I overall experience, I liked it. I like traveling. I like seeing new places. That was my overall experience. I loved it. Facilities and everything, infrastructure, top notch, every single thing. My only negative thing that I could say is they didn't have the experience of holding an event like that. It was like the people weren't ready for that. I saw sometimes police officers holding hands just to not letting people through certain areas, and they had so many help. Because there were so many help. I remember I got off the airport and I was trying to get my luggage into the taxi, and like 5 people came in to help me out. And I'm like, where's the service coming from? So many workers all over the place. You would go to a restaurant and 3 waiters come to all over the place. They had extra help, but that's what they got ready. They got ready ahead of time, and it was we all know they're all immigrants. But that's a whole nother story. But they did okay. I think it was a great experience. I liked it. I think it was the greatest part. It was you experience an entire World Cup in a city. Not even because they said, "Oh yeah, Qatar is the size of Connecticut." Yeah, size of Connecticut. And yeah, I mean, you can travel. You can probably go around the entire state or the entire country of Qatar in about maybe 5 hours driving. You go around it, but the stadiums were like 20 minutes apart from each other. If some of them were 5 minutes apart from each other. So it was even the entire country. It was the city of Doha where it held the entire World Cup, which I don't think we're ever going to see that again.
And not only that, but the Fan Fest, and at the Fan Fest, you were able to meet people from 32 countries. I don't think that's going to happen again in another World Cup, because if your host city only has 3 teams, and you're only gonna meet people from 3 different nations.
Right.
So that was really cool.
That's correct.
Yeah, I appreciated that as well.
So I think we have something to show. Somebody got we went to the desert and somebody got scared because we saw a lizard in the desert and we had to jump. I saw it and I was like, yeah, let's be cool, let's just point out to the camera, cool and whatever. But if you get scared, you just jump, anything we have to show here, production, or nah, not right now. No, we don't get the budget. Sorry. No, that's it.
Very
I don't think we're showing it. Maybe we're showing it. Who knows?
So is that an actual picture or is it like a Photoshop?
No,
yeah, they were jumping. They were jumping.
That was us at the desert.
We were in the desert.
So high? You guys are flying out, like you jumped from airplane.
We got hops.
People listening have no clue what we're talking about, but even people watching us, they have no clue what we're talking about because there's a picture that production told me to mention it, but apparently we're not showing it. Production.
So
I see the picture.
No, it is.
I see the picture.
I see the picture.
It's on YouTube. Yeah,
it's right there.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I don't see
Fernando's like with his hands up, and
Le sale natural a Fernando.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. But no, that was a tour that we took down up to the desert. And we were in the camels. We did a camel ride, and then we were on this luxurious all-wheel drive SUVs.
Oh, llevaste el niño a pasear, Hugo.
We would hit 80 miles per hour in that sand, by the way. We were going fast. I thought it was going to be like a nice and easy ride, No, we were flying it. The guy was flooring it. And they told me that they had to change the shocks from those SUVs every 3 to 4 months. So think about it. They got money. They got money to spend.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
They do whatever they want. That's it. Exactly. I don't know if you noticed, but I was lucky enough to have a driver, and he was from Argentina. Lucky. He lived in.
Thank God I didn't go in your car.
What was that?
Porque no hubiera parado de hablar de que le ganaron a México.
No, buena onda. Estaba trabajando, acuérdate. No podía ponerse bravo. But anyways, he was telling me he lives there. He lives in Qatar. His wife, she's Italian and she works in Qatar. And he was telling me that it's a super safe country. There's no crime whatsoever. There's nobody steals absolutely anything. You could leave something in there and it would be there next day.
Yeah, because they cut you. That's something. You do.
Everybody says that, but no, he said it's like a big honor system.
Yeah, one of the guys at one of the shops that Souk Waqif did mention, he was like, "Oh, do you feel safe?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "This is this is the safest country in the world," and he's like, "Google it." He was proud.
Yeah. That market also that you guys are mentioning it. It's a replica from one in Turkey, by the way. But this one, it was a market with air conditioning. And
I thought you were gonna say
lighting
or.
No, brother. Ahí te tumban con cuchara, brother. Ahí.
Había un dedo de oro.
But, yeah, no.
I thought you were gonna say Mercado de Abastos. Esa réplica del Mercado de Abastos.
No, super.
Samara, how was your trip in Mexico afterwards?
That was before. I went to Mexico before. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It was amazing.
Before and after or no?
No, just before. I wanted to go take that tour at El Azteca, but unfortunately I wasn't allowed to because they had the NFL game going on that weekend. So they had everything set up. And then later on the Bad Bunny concert. So they're like, no tours right now. So it's kind of sad that I didn't get to see El Azteca. But other than that.
So you didn't go in at all?
No, just outside.
¿Te hubieras ido a Seúl?
Si hubieras ido a comprar un boleto de Bad Bunny, ¿cómo estaban?
But the thing is that Mexico is so big and the traffic, like I wasn't going to make it. I was already had to go somewhere else. I forgot where. But
you should have bought tickets for Bad Bunny. They were clone tickets anyways.
No, I would have been left outside.
That's true.
No, you bought the
right?
fake ones.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on real quick because we're running out of time. Ya empezó la Liga MX. What do you guys think? Hold on, I gotta ask something al Super Mojado. ¿Ya las Chivas para el campeonato o qué?
Ya, campeones, ya que le den el trofeo, ya.
¿Denle la 14?
De una, ya. Ya que se salten la 13, que le den la 14 de una vez, ya para que.
Digo, la 13.
No, it's looking good. I mean, they had a great start, defeating Monterrey. That we had a preview with Fernando, and I was telling him that I think that Monterrey es un candidato para levantar la copa. So, they start defeating them at home en el gigante de acero. So,
Estadio mundialista.
Claro,
mundialista.
Una buena actuación. It was del portero que he kind of like he made a few mistakes en el torneo de la Copa por México in the final. So he kind of like redeemed himself during this game. He made a few great saves and was able to keep
some rumors, right? That Chivas is looking for a goalie. I heard somebody.
Acevedo, they were saying, but I mean, I think El Guacho is I think he's a good goalie. He proved himself last tournament.
Did you not criticize him last tournament, saying that you didn't want him there? I might be wrong, but I feel like you did not like him last tournament.
I mean, El Super, he tends to contradict himself pretty often. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Listen, I can admit when somebody proves themselves. If yes, I cannot like you, but then if you come and do a great tournament, what am I gonna do? I have to change my mind. I cannot continue saying that you suck if you're showing me every week that you can be a titular en las Chivas. I mean, this is not coming from me. This is like, ahora sí que todo conocedor was criticizing him. They were criticizing el goalie that he was making mistakes, but I don't remember criticizing him too much. Like I said, I think he did a good job last tournament, and like he's only continued. He continues to improve himself.
Alexis Vega, ¿se va para Europa o no?
I don't know, man. After, coming out and saying that he would rather stay in Chivas than go to un equipo por 6 meses, because I believe there was an offer for him for only un préstamo de 6 meses. So he said, nope, I'm not going for 6 months, trying to like, with all the pressure, trying to like, fit in and then stay on the bench. So hey, maybe one day he'll go if he can't wait too long though. But no, I think he's gonna stay. I don't see him leaving now. I think he's gonna stay. Hopefully he can do lift a trophy with Chivas.
We're going to talk about the extranjeros and who. To Waltz. Look at this. Production is bringing it on. I was talking to a Chivas player, this past break during Christmas. He's a Tapatío player, un defensa por ahí. Y he was telling me about how they should have the players right now, or what Chivas is looking is to have those players very like los como, ¿cómo te puedo decir? Estándares del equipo, los capitanes que se quedan muchos años, que no tienen la visión de salir, quedarse. Y dice que el Nene Beltrán tiene esa intención de convertirse en un Alberto Coyote de su tiempo, en un... ¿quién más te puedo decir? Un Reynoso de los últimos, pues, que existieron. Un referente del equipo, que se queda al equipo a ser... del equipo de Chivas, ser un referente, a ser un histórico.
No te vayas tan lejos, el Chapito, míralo ahí.
El Chapo es otra, eso es lo que estaban diciendo. El Chapo ya lleva rato.
Claro,
es el capitán, ¿no? Me imagino que fue el capitán.
Yes, every end of the tournament, everybody's saying that he's leaving, and no, he continues. And not only that, but they always bring a player in his position, and he managed to continue be a titular. Yeah.
So you're saying that's something para aplaudirle?
Pues claro, pues es la garra. Si te traen a jugadores que están sobresaliendo
en México y conformarse con eso.
No, pero hay jugadores que están para exportarse y hay jugadores que están... Chivas necesita referentes. Acuérdate, Chivas está...
Yeah, definitely.
Who doesn't have that?
Some players that would want to like make history in their club and stay for as long as they can and be the best that they can be there, but maybe they don't see that potential of going somewhere.
Es algo que Fernando no entiende.
No, exacto, I'm just saying. I mean, we criticize el fútbol mexicano, so I don't understand why we celebrate un jugador que se quiera quedar ahí, nada más estancado. But I mean,
no es estancado.
Este es en el mejor equipo de México.
Bueno, tal vez me dejaste sin palabras, pero ahora es el mejor equipo de México. Pues no, ni cómo.
Gracias, sí, no, gracias.
Ahí está, ya viste, sin palabras, se quedó sin palabras.
Pero bueno, la mentalidad de ustedes, I guess that's good, que se quede ahí.
Listen, I would have thought that maybe you would have said something good about that, since you live in your fairy tales all the time, and you know you live out of hope. Esperanza. I mean, siempre lo dices, esperanza.
We've done many podcasts where we criticize people for not wanting to leave to Europe.
On the other hand,
and now you guys are saying that is a good thing, that he already made up his mind that he wants to stay there forever.
Listen, it's not for everybody. Going to Europe is not for everybody. You're gonna have players that they're not gonna go to Europe. That's it.
But it's not for everybody. As in, like, people don't want to go.
They do want to go,
or quality wise, or whatever you want to.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Not everybody has the quality to go to Europe, but it's all about mentality. Have the mentality that you want to make it to Europe. If you don't make it,
listen. Okay, so but here's the thing. El Nene Beltrán es un excelente ejemplo, and let's wrap this up real quick, because fíjate Lainez, que es el factor y lo que sea en el Braga, no lo están llamando. Imagínate qué preferiría Lainez ahora en este momento. Te aseguro que preferiría hasta el mismo América, preferiría hasta un Tigres, algo donde tiene juego y está moviéndose, pero yo confío, Hugo confía que Lainez tiene calidad para estar en Europa. No le está pasando bien ahora, pero pasa. El Nene Beltrán creo que tiene la calidad perfecta para convertirse en referente en Chivas, pero no tiene la calidad para ser un jugador de Europa, por estatura, igual que Lainez, por calidad de juego, punto. Pero se puede hacer un excelente jugador en México y seleccionado nacional si tú quieres. Y ya, conformarse con quedarse en México y hacer su carrera en México. Y no es una carrera, no es malo. Simplemente no eres calidad de exportación y ya te quedas en Europa.
O sea, esto se los voy a recordar cuando ustedes digan, es que no se quiso ir a Europa, ¿no? Pues está bien entonces que los jugadores no tengan la mentalidad de irse a Europa. Que se queden en México.
Algunos. Y por otro lado están equipos que no dejan ir a sus jugadores, como a Uriel Antuna, que yo no le veo calidad para irse, pero Samara,
nadie. Pero él
estaba bien irse a Grecia. That was, yeah, he fits in over there. I
mean, vamos a poner la calidad de los jugadores a un lado. Estamos hablando de una mentalidad. No, estamos hablando de una mentalidad.
No, a ver.
De que los brasileños, los argentinos, tal vez hay unos que no tienen la calidad, pero esos tipos tienen una mentalidad de que siempre quieren llegar a lo mejor.
Tienes toda la razón. Y hay montonal de jugadores se retiran en Brasil y nunca jugaron en Europa.
Es que mira, es que lo mejor está en México.
Claro.
Lo mejor sigue estando en México. No tienen ese talento para irse a un equipo de grande y ganar 40, 50 millones de euros, pero tienen la calidad. Mira, la calidad para estar en México.
Antuna podrá no ser el mejor jugador, pero yo siempre le aplaudo el deseo de irse a Europa, de tratar de mejorar en su juego.
Sí, pienso que la calidad no está al top como para llegar a Europa en este momento. Siento que necesita dar no sé, enseñar algo más, pero pues no se le dio de irse a Europa en este momento, y la verdad sí está decepcionado por eso, triste de que no se pudo dar por cuestiones de dinero, pero pues ya vendrá otra oportunidad si es que mejora su rendimiento también.
Predictions. Week 2 on Liga MX. Do we have a graphic, mi buen production? Here he is. Samara, primero las damas. El jueves, okay. Atlas, Mazatlán.
Atlas.
Se pospuso, by the way, el primer juego. Ese es juego, el que se...
This is the one that got postponed, right?
No, that's regular game. Second week.
Oh, is it? Okay. No, so Friday, San Luis Chivas. What do you guys think? Super y Fernando, perdón, con el del jueves.
Mazatlán.
Empate.
Aburridísimo. Gana Mazatlán. Andan prendidos. Aparte, no vamos a hablar de qué está pasando en Sinaloa, porque si no el Cata Domínguez se prende y armamos una fiesta loca en el Free Online. Anyways, vamos a hablar de San Luis Chivas, Samara.
San Luis 2-1.
Wow.
San Luis 1-0.
¿Cuánto va a golear Chivas? No, bueno, ya se puso bueno. No, golean las Chivas 3-0. Ya me quieren enojar. Súper.
2-1 Chivas.
Y el de Puebla, súper.
Puebla 1-0.
Fernando.
Querétaro 2-1.
¿Y Samara?
Empate 0-0.
Ok, vámonos a los del sábado. Así lo van a decir.
Okay.
Cruz Azul gana y le gana 2-1 a Monterrey, que no levanta. Juárez gana 1-0 a Cholos. Empatan 1-1 Toluca América. Y Santos 2, Pumas 0. Te vas, Samara.
Ok, voy con Cruz Azul 2-1. Voy con 0-0 Juárez y Xolos. Igual 1-1 América Toluca. Y voy con Pumas 1-0.
Ay, sí, Pumas. Vas, Fernando.
Cruz Azul 1-0. Tijuana gana 3-0. América le gana al Toluca 3-0. Y Pumas le gana a Santos 2-1.
Ok. Súper rápido. Que se está acabando el tiempo.
Monterrey 2-1. 1-0 Cholos. 1-1 América Toluca. And 2-0 Santos.
¡Santos! ¿Santos dijiste o Pumas?
Santos, güey.
Ok. Ya, los últimos dos. Gana Tigres, que este va a ser buen juego, by the way.
Sí.
Y gana León 2-1 también. Rápido, ustedes.
Voy yo, voy con empate de Tigres Pachuca 2-2. Y el lunes,
bueno, buen juego.
Victoria de León 1-0 ante Necaxa.
Los viejitos ganan 2-0. León 1-1.
El campeón gana 3-1. Y ni Don Ramón les ayuda al Necaxa. El León le gana 2-1 al Necaxa.
Ahí está, pues ya lo tienen las predicciones para la segunda semana. Don't go anywhere, guys. Follow us on every single social media platform. And we'll see you guys here on next Monday. Remember, we have new schedule. Remember to type your comments. Everything will be here next Monday, January 16th. We'll be here 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. And we're ready. Volvemos a la normalidad. No se desaparezcan. A ver si los vemos por aquí, banda. Samara, gracias por acompañarnos. Fernando, super. We'll be ready for this new season. I think we're starting 2023 con todo. And remember, más podcast hacemos, más fácil llegamos al Mundial 2026. Coman frutas y verduras, banda. Últimas palabras para ustedes.
A empezar el 2023 con toda la actitud.
Me encanta tu actitud.
Vámonos con
todo y esperando que con un buen técnico ya para la selección mexicana.
¿Para cuándo? ¿Para cuándo está, Samara? ¿No sabes nada al respecto?
No, ya pasaron 30 de los 60 días, entonces no sé.
El piojo para que traiga los viejitos.
30. No, ya se acabaron los títeres. No. A ver, ¿a quién nos escoge?
Se van a traer al Pep Guardiola.
No, tampoco.
Así
Dale, pues. Nos vemos la semana que entra.
Ahora.
Chao.